For those of us who were born in the 1950s into the 1960s, there was no more loved television series than Flipper. For 3 seasons and a total of 88 episodes, we sat mesmerized in front of our television sets, totally absorbed by this free-spirited, chattering, and courageous dolphin that we knew as Flipper. Flipper was the brainchild of movie and television underwater stuntman Rico Browning. Though he portrayed many aquatic monsters in Hollywood, he was best known for the leading role in Creature of the Black Lagoon. One day, while he and his children were watching Lassie on television, he thought, why not do something with a boy and a dolphin? He pursued that thought further by writing a story about a boy and a dolphin named Flipper. He offered the idea to Ivan Tors. Among other projects, Tors was the producer of a successful television series called Sea Hunt. Tors was captivated by the idea, agreeing to produce a feature film. Browning then acquired a female dolphin named Mitzi. He immediately began training her for the stunts that she would perform in the film, the most difficult of which would be a boy riding on her back. Now, Browning knew that he needed to get into the water with her to teach her and accomplish this stunt. Through this process, he learned something profound about Mitzi and about other dolphins in general. Their learning process seemed to accelerate when being in the water with them. And sure enough, Mitzi starred in the 1963 feature film Flipper, and in the sequel, Flipper's New Adventure, the following year. It's interesting to note here that Chuck Connors from Rifleman played the role of the husband, father, and fisherman Porter Ricks in the first film. In the second film, actor Brian Kelly replaced Chuck Connors. His character is now fresh out of park ranger school and is widowed. The huge commercial success of both movies led to the television series from 1964 to 1967. It aired on NBC on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 8. The ratings of the show were outstanding the first 2 seasons, though going up against the Jackie Gleason Show on CBS. However, by the 3rd season, its ratings fell sharply as Gleason's show just grew in popularity. The television series starred Brian Kelly, a veteran of the second film, as the father and widower and park ranger of the Coral Key Marine Preserve. He played a guy named Porter Ricks. Then there was Luke Halpin, who played the son in the 2 feature films, continuing on to the TV series, and he played the son Sandy. And a major adjustment from the films to the television series was giving Porter a second son named Bud. That role was awarded to a redheaded kid named Tommy Norden. And then, of course, there was the dolphin, or should we say dolphins. Yes, there was more than one Flipper. There seems to be a difference of opinion, however, as to how many dolphins portrayed Flipper throughout the television series. The most reliable source says there were 7. Female dolphins were used almost exclusively. They were less aggressive, therefore their skins were usually free of scars and blemishes that were inflicted during altercations with other dolphins. 5 female dolphins were in all of the scenes and performed all the stunts, except for one. The famous tail walk was mastered by male dolphins. Their names was Mr. Gipper and Clown. According to the dolphin trainer, Rick O'Berry, female dolphins were unable to master it completely, so the males were used. We're not saying Mr. Gipper invented the moonwalk, but he was doing it years before Michael Jackson was. Now, Flipper's chattering that you heard was actually sped up recordings of an Australian bird called a kookaburra. Flipper is the companion animal of the Ricks family. Flipper is an intelligent dolphin who assists Park Ranger Ricks in upholding the regulations of the preserve. Flipper helps with rescues at sea, catching bad guys, assisting Sandy and Bud on numerous occasions. For 3 consecutive years, from 1965 to 1967, Flipper was honored with 3 Patsy Awards. And that's a Performing Animal Star Award that's given every year by the Academy. As the 3rd season was ending, Sandy and Bud were gradually being written out of the show. They had simply outgrown their roles. There were plans for a 4th season with them making cameo appearances. Sandy was off to the Coast Guard Academy, and Bud was attending a private school in Massachusetts. What was being written into the show was a new family moving into the area, the Whitmans, a widow mother with 2 children, a son and a daughter. The 2 children would befriend Flipper and would promise to be his new companions in Sandy and Bud's absence. The proposed 4th season would be based on the adventures of Flipper and his new playmates, and also a relationship between the mother and Park Ranger Porter would be developed. However, producer Ivan Tors chose not to continue in his proposed development of the series, so NBC canceled the beloved show. As with most first-run television series, Flipper was also merchandised heavily. Now, 55 years later, items are scarce and highly collectible. The most interesting item is a battery-operated spouting dolphin toy. For me, it's always interesting to note the guest stars that were on a TV series. So here's some of the people that were in Flipper that went on to do other great things in television. James Best is a guy that you will remember from the Dukes of Hazzard. He played Roscoe Coltrane, and he also was important in the Andy Griffith Show. He played a guitar player in a couple episodes, maybe even 3 episodes of the Andy Griffith Show. Barbara Feldon, she played Agent 99 in Get Smart. Julie Summers, she was an Assistant District Attorney Julie March in Matlock. And then megastar Burt Reynolds and Martin Sheen were both on the show. Now, through Flipper, we were not just entertained. We were also enlightened to the intelligence and the loyalty of dolphins to human beings. We were also made aware of their desire and ability to communicate with us as well. As the theme song goes over and over in your head, I want to thank you so much for watching.